Well, let me come to another interesting matter. Chief Ike Clark is an elder statesman in Nigeria and an elder in Delta State. He has written an open letter to the governor of Delta State and followed that up with a press briefing. What do you make of the sentiments he raised in those letters?
Well, that is father of fathers, you know. A man that is highly respected in Nigeria, a man of tremendous experience and passion for this country and for his own state and for his own ethnic nationality. When such people speak, you will be forced to listen and to learn and find out what is in the offing. He's made very heroic statements, very strong statements about the state of our place, the state of Delta. He has said it all. He has said it all, and every right-thinking person will sit back and say, wow, Baba has a point. How do we make changes? How do we correct it? That's why I keep saying, we will look forward. You can't fault him. It's difficult for you to fault him because he spoke like somebody that is touched by what is happening in this country. We have been taken for granted. The South has been, South has been taken for granted, and he speaks. I wish we have smaller Baba Ike Clarks in Delta State that is speaking at our local level. In Dokwa Nation, in Eka Nation, in Isekiri Nation, in Urobo Nation. For Urobo, they have their UPU, which is very effective. For my own people in Dokwa, we don't have anything. We just have a figurative structure to fulfill all righteousness for purposes of politics. We don't have somebody that can stand up and speak on behalf of the Ndokwa people. Where is the confidence going to come from? Where is the knowledge going to come from? Where is the facts that he has to present in a technical, methodical way rather, to prove a point that your people are marginal? We don't have speakers. But here we are lucky we have somebody like Baba Ike Clark, who is speaking not only for Delta, but is speaking for the whole South and the whole country, the country as a whole. We must pray God to extend his life and to enlighten him more and more every day. You can't fault it. What is there to add? I cannot add to what he has said. It only marvels me that at that age, over 90, he's still articulate. And it's a challenge to most of us that are young when compared to him, that are his children. We must emulate from him. He has always spoken. In the time of Ibori, he spoke. In the time of Udwanha, he spoke. In the time of my brother Okowa, he is speaking. So it's not a new thing, just to put us on the track of goodness and honesty and the so-called prosperity, the real prosperity, not so-called, the real prosperity for Deltans. And for the South and the Middle Belt and the South as a whole. He doesn't believe in this parochial fight. I think that's what makes him a statesman. A statesman is not parochial. A statesman is a man that has a large heart and an honest disposition to things, to issues, not prejudiced. Do you understand? There are few of them. So Ike Clark is a model to most of us. It's a model to many of us. We wish we could have one-on-one with him to know how he does it. Yes, he's a lawyer. Yes, he's experienced. But at that age, he's still very articulate. He has said it all. There's nothing any person can, and you can't fault him. It's for us to look inside and say, where have we gone wrong? Where did we get it wrong? You know, I don't think it was being personal per se. But most of the things he said, you can't fault it. Well, not everybody believes in that sentiment. Some are of the opinion that as an elder statesman, he should not be seen in public to be taking a stand on controversial issues. In other words, he should not be seen to be taking a stand on public controversy. So when you are 100 years, 120 years old, and your son is entering fire, and you know you are capable of drawing him out of fire, you will leave him because you are old. The man is doing firefighting for us, the firefighting that the young men should be doing. He's telling leadership and the power that be, the honest truth, so that they can change for the good of all of us, our children and our grandchildren that are coming. This is what is too old to say the truth. Will truth not be truth because an old man said it? Truth is truth. It doesn't matter who said it. You can throw him away that is an old man, but his word, if it is truth, will stand and save your life. But all the brigandage, all the manipulations, all the assemblage of the best writers and all that will come and be writing, and if there's no substance in what they are writing, it's bullshit. So a man at that age is coming out to tell us the truth because we have also failed in confronting leadership that we have. We must make sure that our leadership is authentic, not muzzled up, come to muzzle us into followership. I know there is a lot of problem with followership, but all those ones can be resolved if we have a good leader. Bad followership is bad because they are frustrated, they are hungry, they are not exposed. So they follow you because of food. If you beat fowl, remove all the feathers and all that, he'll be there bloody and all that, you leave him and you throw fowl, corn to him, will he not follow you? You still follow. That is what is happening to our young men. They know the truth. Even those that are on appointment, they know the truth. It's just that they don't have the boldness to speak. They don't have the boldness to confront leadership. Do you understand? My leader will continue to be part of their character. But when the chips are down, when the slightest opportunity they have to remove themselves from you, especially if you know that that economic wire that you put in their mouth is no longer going to come, they will tell you exactly who you are. They will abandon you. Let election come. They finish election, somebody wins. Let's say A is in power and A wants B to take over from him. Unfortunately, C wins. For example, everybody will run away from A that is in power before he hands over. Even the moment B wins, the candidate of A wins, there are people that will leave him and go and find their fortune in the new man. It happens. But there are some of us that will tell you that, look, this bitter cola, you dey bitter. You can be angry. You can mark us. It doesn't matter. Ike Clark is not afraid of somebody that is going to mark him for punishment. He's not afraid of somebody that is going to say, no, guy, you talk, will not fit tell, say you talk lies. If he tells lies, he is prepared to receive bashing. He will want people to come and say their own opinion. Confront him now. Confront, not confronting, confront what he has said with facts. He said we all agree that it's our turn. For whatever reason, why should you renege on that? For whatever reason, even if you say, we all agree that it should be zoned to south, presidency should be zoned to south. Now that it's now open, does that change the fact that it must come from the south? As far as I'm concerned, I believe that it is the son of the south to be president. It doesn't matter where it's coming from the south. What matters is the person coming from the south, does he have the preparation for that role, for the whole country? That's my take. So our father Ike Clark is consistent. He has continuously told the truth as he sees it. He speaks his mind. Speak your own mind. Is he the only elder in Delta? Are there no elders in Ndokwa land that can speak? Do they speak? They are afraid because their survival is tied to leadership. They cannot, they dare not. They can only talk in hushed tones. They can condemn me, even for this your interview. If they see it, they will condemn me. But fine, no problem. But I've said what I've said. Are there no elders in Yoruba land? Are there no elders in Ishekiri land, in Anyocho Shimili, in Eka to speak? They have no guts. So the man that has guts is my model. Ike Clark is my model. It's my father. I've never gone to his place. But he's a model. He's a model at that age. We must pray for his long life and health.
Well, I'm not going to let you go without knowing what your thoughts are on the rave of the moment, Mr. P2B, whom many have described as upstaging the status quo and terrorizing the establishment. From the much you know, do you think he's up for it, or is just a storm in the teacup?
Fine. Well, P2B is really a new phenomenon, but it's not really new because we have seen such phenomena before. What about Barack Obama? A boy from nowhere. His grandparents came to America. A black person becoming president and recognized by all. Do you understand? So it's nothing new. This is not the first time we are experiencing popular delusion. People think that people can write P2B off, but the reality on ground is that anything can happen. He has all it takes. He has all it takes to be a president. He's prepared. His pedigree, his credibility, his integrity, his openness, his humility. You can't fault those things, no matter how you play the politics. You cannot fault him. The youths are for him. You'll be there saying, he doesn't have structure. Fine, let's watch and see. You'll be surprised that he can win. He could also win this election. Nobody should take P2B for granted. I said we were clamoring for the youths. It's just early 60s. As far as I'm concerned, it's a young man compared with people who are 70 or 80 or 90. But not an issue of age, because young men have ruled us at local, state, and federal level and messed this country up, messed themselves up. They were young men when they ruled, in their 30s and their 40s. So P2B is a phenomenon because he has called the bluff of status quo ante. He has called the bluff of the powers that be. Let it be. If I fail, I fail. If I die, I die. There is need to change this country. Look at its manifesto. It's simple for every person. Recover your country from the old Zeus system of kill and divide. Recover your country, young men. I've lived. I'm okay. But what about you? Whether he wins or not, the phenomenon still remains. It's a challenge for whoever is coming, because he has defined the rule of the game. He has defined the rule of the game. So if I have my way to say, I say, this man, take it. But you see, election in this country is funny. Election in this country is funny. There are other people who are also equally good. They didn't have opportunity of coming up to that level. So we are fortunate that we have somebody like P2B at that age and that experience and that exposure, a fine gentleman, authentic person coming there. For me, that is development. That is achievement. Now, on the other hand, he has opponents. These are opponents that I'm not running them down, but they are already far spent. They've overspent their energies. They should have gotten younger people. You'll still remain a power broker. You'll be the leader and the baba of them all. They should have gotten younger people who they have groomed. What was the essence of grooming them if you will not use them when it mattered most? Do you think that Fayemi cannot be a president? Talking from the West. Do you think that Fashola cannot be a president? Do you think that, I'm talking of political people, do you think that Ambode cannot be a president and still be loyal to you as the father of the president? Obi may not have people that will say come, because you know our culture in the East. You know, if I not chop, I not go chop am. If you come, I go destroy you and all that. People believe that they have money and that. But you see, the ways of men are not the ways of God. We will leave it to the prayers of the saints to deliver the best president for us in this country. And you can see the trend. It's coming. It's coming. It's not in my position to say this man must naturally be a president. It is God that will say it. But people will be surprised to see that an Obama will become a president of US.
It's been an interesting conversation. Thank you immeasurably, sir, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, sir.